So we're here with this beautiful detail, and we've run into an issue. Looks fantastic, I love it. And then we get to this, how many times around? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the seventh set of orbiting satellites, in the way I've set this up, is every 72. So in the seventh set of 72, we run into a real bummer. Bam and bam. And getting into the eighth set, bam. Awful. Just terribly, terrible stuff for the design. And the culprit, if you look over here at the spreadsheet, so we're at 433, starting at satellite 433, as we sorted them by their perigee. We get down here to 433, where you at? So we get down into this range, and you see just all of these satellites that were launched in 97 as communication satellites. You know, they're all launched in 97, 98, 97, 97, 98. And there's dozens of them in this exact same orbit. Now, they're on different degrees. So, you know, I'm not this graphic, this data art is not showing the three-dimensional aspect of their orbits. But just in a pure elliptical size, the circumference of these things is so similar, it absolutely murders the design. Because all of the visual interest that we had going up into this point, with the varying sizes of the ages, and you know, there's a lot of interest, it just totally gets washed out with all of those boring communication satellites that were launched in 97. And when you get out here, you're like, oh great, it's a purple donut, whoop-de-doo. And it gets so convoluted, so blended together, it's really, really hard to tell, you know, what any distinguishing factor is. So this is a big bummer. On the flip side, this is one of the reasons why I love and insist on building data art layer by layer. Even though it's tedious, it allows you to see where these design hurdles pop up. If I were to just take this spreadsheet, assign all these different sizes to the various age of the satellite, give each object a color and run it through and have it auto-generate in D3 or something, you're going to get this result, and you're not going to know where the design challenge or at what level the design variation popped up. So again, I can't stand automating data art. It's got to be an intuitive, organic human process, and it's why I really enjoy building layer by layer. Because if we hide these layers, you know, if we hide those culprits and we skip over them, you know, we still have a pretty interesting visualization going on. It looks great. So obviously we can't hide these. We can't just ignore them because that would be not accurate to the data. So we're going to need to come up with a design solution. So my brain is trying to figure one out. So that's where it's at right now. Design hurdle caused by really boring, visually very boring communication satellites launched in the late 90s.